Hey everybody, Michael 31 back for FSI DFS. Thank you so much for continuing to watch. We've got 11 days left in the regular season for baseball and still many opportunities to make money. I will be covering the 5-game slate, which is probably going to be a 4-game slate because I'm pretty sure one of the games is going to be rained out for Thursday, 9/23. If you're looking for the early slate, McKinley has that up on our channel. So just pause this video, go check out the FSI YouTube channel and watch this video, and then come on back and we'll get you all ready for the main slate. Now, the main slate tonight starts at 6:40. It's not a 7:05 one, so on DK. So just make sure that you're aware of that so you don't miss out on all the fun. So the game that I'm really concerned about is I live in Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania has a flash flood watch until 1 a.m. on Friday for almost most of the state. It's the same weather system that came through yesterday and canceled the Cincinnati and the Kansas City game. And I think there was another game. There were 3 games yesterday in the afternoon. So those were from heavy rain, and that system's going to be in Pennsylvania today. So what we're looking at is probably the Pittsburgh and Philadelphia game that's in Philadelphia is going to be canceled. So we're going to treat it as a 4-game slate. If they do play, I think, Nola is a really good pitcher, and I think Philadelphia bats. They're up against a bullpen game in Pittsburgh. So I really don't like much from the Pittsburgh side of it. But if it does play, then I think Philly is an excellent option. But I'm just going to use this video as if they're not playing. So 4-game slate, there's not many options. It really breaks it down to 8 pitchers here. So I think McCullough, clear cut against the Angels, is going to be your SP1. Your SP2 is going to be Castillo. Matz is okay if you want to pivot off, but I'd rather have the savings with Castillo. And I think, that Minnesota can throw out almost an all-righty lineup against lefty Matz here. So I think it's quite risky, but in tournaments, you got to do something different. So in tournaments, if you want to go Matz over McCullough or Matz as your SP2, then I'm okay with it. Like I said, Nola is a great option. If he is there, I'd probably play him over Castillo. If the weather for some reason does change, but very not optimistic with that one. Cobb, I think, is a little bit dangerous. I think he's okay. He's not a complete gas can, but he's up against a good Houston lineup. So I think there's a little bit of risk there. I mean, you're only paying $800 more for him. I mean, if you're going to drop McCullers and go the other side of it, I think it's definitely a GPP play. Corbin is the one I'm really not interested in. It's in the Great American Small Park. He hasn't been good at all this year. Very few flashes of brilliance. And then the rest of these pitchers, Pittsburgh again is going to be an opener. Otto and Pineda and Lothar, I think, are maybe options, but they're very low-K guys. I don't think they're really going to get much. This Texas and Baltimore game could be very high scoring between the two teams. Sometimes when you put 2 bad teams together and 2 bad pitchers, it could yield a lot of runs with 2 bad bullpens also. So that's where we're going for pitching. For hitting, I think Cincinnati is going to be my favorite stack, so I'm going to start there. Usually I like the punt catcher. If I am, there's really no punt for catcher here. The cheapest one that's projected to play is Trevino, which he bats 5th. He has the splits advantage. So at 2.5, he's a nice play. So just keep that in mind. But with Cincinnati, I think you want the catcher because Stevens has the splits advantage. He usually bats 2nd. So give me him. Votto, I don't know if I really want to pay $5K with a lefty on lefty matchup. If you want to do it, fine. Don't hate it at all. But I think I'm going to skip over there. I'm going to go with Castellanos. India, it's definitely going in my lineup there. Stock is back on the IL again. It feels so bad for him. Start out having like such a decent season, and maybe he'll be able to get back and healthy by time for the playoffs. That would be really nice. So Stevenson, India, Farmar definitely at shortstop. He is must for me. Love him against lefties. So those are my core 3 guys. And you got to decide, do you want Votto? And then I was like, okay, do I want Suarez? And then I started looking at other third basemen, and I went to the Texas and Baltimore game because I said, okay, that's probably the high scoring game. And like, who do I have there? And I looked at the options, and the problem is that two of them hit down in the bottom of the order, and the other guy is just as expensive, like Ledley Tavares, I think it was, who sometimes leads off. Texas, we're looking at, or no, sorry, Hernandez, but he's 4.8. So why not? I'm just going to take Suarez for $400 less, and he's been okay recently. If you want to take like one of the cheaper guys here, I feel bad. Winker's back on the IL again. Man, Schrock probably won't play. Keno hasn't had a hit in literally a week. The Shields maybe at 2K. He do like kind of wraparound thing. You have the pitcher. So you're kind of skipping a spot there, but I think, if you're trying to get a little bit different, that he works with this primarily is what I'm going to look at. It gives you 3K left, and there's a lot of good 2K outfielders. So you throw a 2K outfielder in there. Let's Houston, McCormick should play. Alvarez is banged up, so maybe he or one of the other guys will move up to the top, like Siri, move up to the top of the lineup. But let's just McCormick, just throw a 2K guy in there. At least you 3.5 for first base and outfield, and that's definitely really, really nice salary to fill out those last two plays. So that's how I'm going with my Cincinnati. If I want to try to attack Toronto is expensive, so we're gonna have to get creative. So, like I said, let's catcher. Let's start with Trevino, and then we are going to, with Toronto, it's hard to get Vlad in there, but let's put him in there. Vlad, Gurriel, I don't really like summon in. If you want to go Kirk, he usually hits in the middle of the order. If you can find 2K, that would be great for that. Hernandez, and then you might just need to find a cheap guy here. So Dickerson at 2.5 is good. You can throw him in there as your other option, or you can go 2K guy. Lamb has been playing a lot too. He's 2K, throw him at third base. So either 2K guy there, you're going to either have shortstop and outfield, or you're going to have third base and shortstop. And it's going to leave you almost about 3K there. So there's another option. And finally, let's just look at what a Houston build would look like. And especially if Alvarez is out, this one makes a lot of sense. You can go Maldonado and catcher, but I'd rather have 5 Houston bats. I mean, Maldonado finally hit a home run, I think, a couple of days ago, but I would think that Trevino is a better choice there. So let's pull up Houston, and we'll go Altuve. He's a little sore. I think he might get the day off for rest. So there, go with Bregman. Tucker is definitely a must here. And then both Gurriel and Correa have been hitting really well recently. I'm just going to go with Gurriel because, like, for the same price, or like for $1,000 less, I can get like Farmer here. And then I'll just have to see who does play outfield here. So if it is McCormick, that works out really nice again, because it gives you 3.7 for there, and you can get 2 really nice pieces here, and if you want to switch them up. So those are pretty much what the cash builds are going to be. I think, you really want to take McCormick and Castillo, and then you really want to either stack Cincinnati, Toronto, or Houston. The order I would go would be Cincinnati, Houston, Toronto, just based on matchups. If you want to get a little bit different, throw the Twins in there. I think they're a good GPP stack. Baltimore and Texas, stacking that game, I think there's going to be a lot of runs in GPP. Like I said, they're just a little bit more expensive, but there's some pieces like Hayes and outfield, who's really reasonable and really good. Mullen should have the splits, but then again, I really wouldn't worry about splits because I don't think either of the pitchers are going to go very deep. The bullpens aren't great, so you could get any kind of splits in. Some of them are splits neutral coming out of the bullpen. They're just so bad. So lots of ways to go there. Don't think I'm playing too many angel bats against McCullers. If you want to do a dollar YOLO stack, that's fine. Washington, besides Soto, maybe a 3-man stack is something, but I think it is a great American ballpark. Maybe they'll put up some runs, but I don't think that's really going to be too much of a factor. So that pretty much breaks down tonight's slate. So hopefully this helped. If it did, give us a like, subscribe to our videos so you know when they're coming out. Check out our channel. We got all kinds of things. So we'll get you videos for Thursday night football. We got college football. We got NASCAR, all kinds of things to NFL coverage for the whole weekend. So we got all free of charge. So just watch our videos. If you want to go more in depth, go down to our bio and you can find out how to get into our Discord, and that's where you can talk one-on-one with the coaches, get course, like even more help there. So thank you for watching again. Leave some comments below. Hit me up at MegaRuler31 at Twitter if you have any additional comments, and we'll see what we can do to help you. So thanks again for watching, and until next time, MegaRuler31, and good luck tonight.